things this year was you hired a new police chief. You want to introduce him?
Yeah, this is Chief Zach Owen. Brent came on board about 3 months ago. Maybe longer than that, it seemed like.
A little bit longer
Yeah.
than that. About September, he was hired on, and then our other officer came on at the end of September.
What have you learned about West Pelzer since you've been here?
It's a lovely town. It's great. I actually have family members from down here, so I kind of grew up down here throughout my childhood. But I've always loved West Pelzer. I've always loved the surrounding area. It's just a gorgeous area.
What are some of the biggest stories from this past year that you'd like to talk about?
Well, we just talked about one of them with the chief, but going back to the beginning of the year, within the first month, I lost my maintenance department. It was a man and a half of maintenance, but they resigned, walked out, so the biggest part of their job was having us take care of the water lines, the water issues, and there was a lot involved with that. So we had to do some quick thinking, and I recall that Blake and I had mentioned at one time about Greenville Water, and I remembered that Pelzer had sold their system to Greenville Water. We had recently sold our sewer system to Ruwa. So I said, well, I asked Paul, I said, make a call to Greenville Water. Greenville Water came on board real quick. They took up our maintenance issues, our legal issues, and within just a few months, we were in business with Greenville Water to our benefit too. And then we hired a maintenance man. He's been great. He didn't have to deal with the water issues since Greenville Water did, but everything else that he has to deal with, he's been great. So that took care of that issue. The next issue that came along was within a little past 2 months, the police chief resigned. Okay, here we go. But we got to dealing with the issue, and that's when I came across, after putting out requests for help, Chief Owen. We brought him on board, and as you recall, one of my main issues following behind Blake Sanders was to revamp our police department. We had never been able to stabilize our police department. We just had constant turnover. It's stabilized. We brought Chief Owen on board. He hired deputies that are qualified, solid as a rock, and that's something I'm very proud of, is that we were able to accomplish that, bringing our police department up to staff and service that this town deserves. Right after that, right after he came on board, we had the storm of the century, something you just mentioned. We had to deal with that. Fortunately for West Pelzer, we didn't have any major property damage, but every road in this town was blocked by huge trees tangled up in power lines. Again, we had a maintenance department consisting of one man, and we had been advised that you didn't touch those things because they were in power lines. And so we were at deadlock as far as getting around this town until I got a call from one of our neighbors in Pendleton, and they said they had the crew and they'd be glad to help us out. Pendleton bailed us out. They was a tremendous help. They came in along with our maintenance guy and cleared all of our roads and made them passable again. Now we're waiting on Anderson County's help, which they're out picking up all the debris. And so that's pretty much all the excitement in my first year as mayor.
What all have you learned in your first year as mayor that you wish you'd known before?
Everything I just mentioned to you. Of course, I might not be mayor if I'd known all that, but no, it's just stuff you have to work through. And but the key to it all is right here, and the maintenance guy we hired and the staff that we have is good people. I always operate on that basis. Any management position that I've been in, you may have the best equipment in the world, but without a good staff and good people to make it work, you're still behind the eight ball. So, again, I'm thankful for going through all of that we've had these good people on board to help us get through it.
Y'all had some growth, some new housing, right?
Yeah, the new housing continues, with the developments we've had around here. The major development out on Dendy and Stewart is about half finished. They're still building. I think we probably added 10 or 15 new units just recently. And so that growth continues, but part of the good thing to come out of that is the people that are moving into these homes. A lot of them from other areas, but a lot of the new people come in. It's a new adventure for them, a new town. They learn the town, they love the town, and they become involved in the town. We're able to put a lot of them on board with our commissions, and they attend the meetings, and they're involved in a very positive way, moving the town forward.
Do you feel like you accomplished most of what you wanted to do in your first year? And
Absolutely. I accomplished it. I had it, the first interview I had with you, I told you that it wouldn't be easy falling in the shoes of Blake Sanders. That's not literally, but figuratively. But my goal was to carry on all that we'd been able to accomplish together over those 8 years working together with me on council. Yeah, we've accomplished that. I told you I wanted to expand the park. We've done that. We brought it up to spec as far as safety. We've added green space, and we have plans on the next go around to add a lot of new equipment. That was accomplished. The police department's brought up to the standard I was hoping for. That was accomplished, and growth continues. New business, we've had inquiries, and that goes back to some of the new citizens coming in. We had a new citizen come in who had the job where he used to live, I believe in West Virginia, as a zoning administrator. He's taken over that, and so part of our problem as a small town, 1 mile diameter pretty much, is property. So the next go around we hope to be able to acquire more property because of some of the business inquiries that we have experienced. They require a certain type of property in a certain location, and we're just not able to provide that at this point. But that's one of my goals for 25 is to be able to expand the town within our business district, especially with properties that would be suitable to new businesses.
And that was my next question. The first 3 months of next year, what are you and council sort of targeting?
The new people involvement, we've already started that. The continuing growth of the new homes, and that again relates to the new people that are coming in because most of them are from other areas with new ideas and new energy. So we're going to continue to work with them, continue to work with them on our commissions. We're going to try to acquire more property. We do have a chance for some expansion through requests from people who have requested annexation. But again, we are kind of landlocked. But we do want to develop the property within the town. But that's not as easy given the economic situation with property and the location that we really need in our business district. But we are targeting that for the new year to do our best to try to acquire some of this property. Which is something about events.
Yeah.
Our major events, the mile-long yard sale, we extended that to spring and fall. The citizens love that. We did the spring, a major event we had planned that got rained out. One of Westy's events got rained out. We had planned a fall festival that got rained out. We went through that period of the late summer and fall rains. But the events are still on for this coming year, and the newer events and most popular events it's still the dog show. And we're going to expand upon that and try to bring back in line. Of course, Westies will be back with their events. That's always a biggie. But we still plan to bring back a fall festival that's worthy of the town.
Well,
The tree lighting, I cannot forget that. And we implemented that. That's something new. That the night before the Christmas parade, we have a community tree lighting. That was very successful in that it brought the community closer together. And there was community identity with the new people and the people that have been here for years. I think that was a very successful event.
well, we'll catch up again in spring.
Absolutely.